Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Showed me pain that I never knew. Is Julia Trubkina abandoning her baby dreams after losing son? Julia Trubkina from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has recently lost a beloved family member, and this grief might influence her decision on whether to have a baby with Brandon Gibbs. Julia, a former go-go dancer from Russia, met Brandon, a native of Virginia, through a mutual friend. Despite their different personalities, they hit it off immediately and began dating online. After continuing their online relationship for some time, they finally met in person, and their connection grew even stronger. Eventually, Brandon and Julia introduced their families to each other and became engaged in Iceland. In 2020, Julia moved to the United States on a K-1 visa sponsored by Brandon. While the couple initially showed a lot of chemistry, Julia struggled to adjust to living with Brandon's parents, Betty and Ron Gibbs. She didn't enjoy working with the animals on the farm and desired her own space with Brandon. Julia frequently clashed with Brandon's mother, yet they still got married. However, their marriage continued to face challenges, leading them to participate in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Julia and Brandon disagreed over their plans to have a baby. Julia agreed to consult with a doctor regarding her fertility issues, and Brandon offered to help her bring her parents from Russia to the United States. 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2 was filmed in 2024, and as of now, Julia and Brandon haven't shared any updates on their intentions to start a family. It appears that their plans may have been further delayed due to the passing of their dog, Simba, whom they regarded as their own child. In April 2025, Julia revealed that Simba's health was deteriorating, and he was losing his ability to walk. Julia shared that the veterinarian had recommended euthanizing the dog as he might not survive another operation. She explained, his legs stopped working, he stopped eating. Despite having to care for Simba's needs constantly, Julia and Brandon remained hopeful that his health would improve over time. In early May 2025, Julia sadly announced that her dog had passed away after a long battle with illness. In a touching Instagram post dedicated to Simba, the 90 Day Fiancé alum wrote, "Via Kingdom for Dogs, he was with me from the very beginning of my journey in America." She is mourning the loss of her beloved pet. Julia has become less active on social media, but she has recently begun to put more energy into her business once again. Julia is in a vulnerable state of mind and believes that Simba took a piece of her heart with him and that the pain will never go away. Julia cherished Simba as if he were her own son. She has no intention of finding a replacement for him. When Julia recently posted some pictures of her other dog, Nala, a fan suggested that she should get another dog to help relieve her pain. However, Julia declined the suggestion, stating, "I have a Nala and I don't think the idea of another dog is right for me." She explained that her focus now is on helping other dogs in need, and she has started volunteering to train dogs from shelters sometimes. Julia has chosen to grieve for Simba's passing instead of trying to get over it quickly. However, this decision might delay her plans to have a baby. Julia didn't just lose her dog, she lost a beloved companion she had cherished and cared for many years. The profound grief she is feeling has shown her the true responsibility and emotion that comes with caring for another being. The loss of her dog may have caused Julia to reconsider the idea of having a child with Brandon, as she now understands the intense grief and emotional strain that comes with parenthood. Experiencing her dog's passing may have led Julia to question her ability to handle the intense emotions and burdens that come with being a parent. Julia loves her family and Brandon, but she truly understood the concept of unconditional love when she met Simba after moving to the United States. Her Instagram feed is filled with pictures of Simba and her other dog. Even Julia's business revolves around catering to pet owners. Following the death of her dog, Julia may have come to realize that a mother's worries about her children never stop. The anxiety she experienced during her dog's treatment and the grief she felt after his passing will likely make her understand the constant fear that accompanies loving someone who depends on her. Julia may have put a hold on becoming a mother after losing her dog. She is deeply saddened by the loss and appears to be focused solely on her husband and business. Recently, Julia shared some pictures on Instagram, revealing that she is allowing herself to show vulnerability. In her caption, she wrote, "I allow myself to stop being strong, to be depressed if I need it now, to cry if necessary." Julia mentioned that she is tired of constantly thinking about the future and wants to take a little rest. Although Julia's message doesn't necessarily mean that she has abandoned her dream of becoming a mother, it does suggest that motherhood isn't her primary focus at the moment. Despite Brandon's desire for children in the near future, Julia is taking her time to recover from the loss of their pet and isn't rushing herself into the next phase of her life. She isn't forcing herself to be strong, rather, she is allowing herself to be vulnerable. The 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Cast member is prioritizing her healing process before moving forward.